Now, even as the Congress leadership is trying to douse fire between Punjab Chief Minister Amrinder Singh and the state party chief Navjot Singh Sidhu, trouble is now brewing in Chhattisgarh between Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel and Health Minister T.S. Deo. The two senior Congress leaders are in Delhi now to be meeting with Rahul Gandhi as T.S. Deo is unhappy over non-fulfillment of a promise by the party high command to split 5-year chief ministerial term between him and Baghel. According to sources, his power-sharing formula was finalized at the time of the selection of the chief minister in December 2018, after the Congress swept to power. In fact, the state government completed 2.5 years in June. Since then, the rift between the two sides has widened. The party has now been witnessing infighting between various fractions in multiple states, including Rajasthan, Punjab, Congress, while it is now facing a revolt in Assam as well and unrest in Gujarat.
बहुत दिनों बाद दिल्ली जाना हो रहा है और कोरोना काल के बाद तो पहली बार अभी राहुल जी के साथ बैठक है, वेणुगोपाल जी के साथ मीटिंग होगी और हमारे प्रभारी पीएल पुनिया जी के साथ होगी.
Now, the Sidhu versus Amrinder war has exploded once again, and this time the trigger is Sidhu's advisor, Malvinder Singh Mali's pro-Pakistan statements after claiming that Kashmir was a separate country. Sidhu's aide posted a sketch of Indira Gandhi holding a gun with human skulls. The back-to-back provocations here have drawn some sharp criticism from the Punjab Chief Minister, who has now asked Sidhu's advisor to refrain from making anti-national statements. Senior Congress leader Manish Tiwari too has questioned the pro-Pakistan line, asking if such netas should be part of India and the Congress party itself.
About a month since Navjot Singh Sidhu took over as Punjab Congress chief, and he's facing a world of troubles. Courtesy his advisor and close aide, Malvinder Singh Malli. First he referred to Kashmir as a separate nation, and days later he followed it up with this post. A post showing former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi holding a gun and a skull standing amid a mountain of skulls, a sketch from 1989.
मैं फोटो हटा दूं जो मैं संपादक सी ओदा ਉਹ ਤੇ ਲੇਖ ਛਪੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੋਗੇ ਆ ਲੇਖ ਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਨਵਜੋਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਿੱਧੂ ਦੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਬਾਰੇ ਏਜੰਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਆ ਇਹ ਸਾਂਝ ਖਾਤਰ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਨ ਨੂੰ ਤਿਆਰ ਆ.
His controversial post has now opened floodgates of criticism, with leaders cutting across party lines slapping Malli for his comments on Kashmir. Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh slammed Sidhu's advisors for using atrocious and ill-conceived comments. Congress leader Manish Tiwari shared a similar sentiment.
If someone does not respect the unanimous position taken by the Indian Parliament on this issue, then a very, very serious question manifests itself that should such a person be really even a part of the country.
कुछ लोगों का कहना है कि बयान को ट्विस्ट किया गया है, वो किसी और संदर्भ में कुछ और बातें कही गई थी, उसके कुछ हिस्से को ले करके उसको आगे पीछे जोड़ करके पेश किया गया है, जो बहुधा हो जा रहा है.
The opposition has also lashed out at the Congress, reminding Sidhu of his jappi with Pakistan's army chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa.
Upon being asked as to why you hugged the army chief Qamar Bajwa and as to why you said Jeeve Jeeve Pakistan, Mr. Sidhu had replied then that my captain is not Captain Amrinder Singh. My captain is Rahul Gandhi and he had sent me to Pakistan. So of course today the question that arises is, will Mr. Rahul Gandhi answer whether he appointed the advisors of Mr. Sidhu?
जो एडियालॉजी नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू की है वही उनके एडवाइजर फॉलो कर रहे हैं. सिद्धू साहब पाकिस्तान गए, इमरान खान से मिले, पाकिस्तान के आर्मी चीफ बाजवा के साथ जफियां डाली. तो जब सारे देश को मालूम है कि सिद्धू साहब का ये स्टैंड है, तो वही भाषा उनके जो एडवाइजर बोल रहे हैं.
The self-goal by Sidhu's aide has once again brought the war of Sardars back on center stage. Remember when Sidhu hugged Pakistan's army chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa? He drew sharp criticism from Captain Amrinder Singh.
How can it be that every day somebody is being shot, and whether the man who pulled the trigger is to blame or the man who gives the order, which is the chief, and the chief is Mr. General Bajwa, and to say that I don't know General Bajwa, मुझे यहाँ लिखा होता है उनके ट्यूनिक के ऊपर, That's wrong. And I think that was wrong for him to have shown the affection he did for the Pakistani army chief.
करतारपुर साहब के दर्शनों के लिए श्रद्धालुओं को बिना रोक टोक पथ प्रदान करने के यत्न कर रहे हैं और पूरी तरह से संभव है। निसंदेह जनरल बाजवा की ओर से कही गई ये बात मेरे लिए भाव जगाने वाली और भावात्मक थी, जिसके लिए स्वयं जनरल बाजवा के प्रति मेरा स्नेह उत्पन्न हुआ।
The all-out outrage finally forced Sidhu to take note. The Punjab Congress chief summoned his aides in Patiala for an emergency meeting.
Navjot Singh Sidhu has yet to act against his aide, who is making one controversial statement after another. There is a piling pressure on Sidhu from within the Congress and the opposition parties to crack the whip in what is being seen as a big test for his leadership. With video journalist Dilip Sahu, this is Manjeet Sehgal in Chandigarh for India Today.
Now, all eyes on Gupkar Alliance meeting in Srinagar on the current situation in the valley. The high-level Gupkar Alliance meeting will be taking place at Chairman Farooq Abdullah's residence at 11 a.m. in Srinagar. The huddle comes exactly a month after Prime Minister Modi met with the Gupkar leaders in Delhi. The alliance of 6 mainstream political parties has been pressing for restoration of Article 370 or special status of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the Gupkar Alliance other demands include full statehood to Jammu and Kashmir and what they call is a need to restore democratic process. Now, the meeting comes at a time when Delimitation Commission of a poll panel has expedited the process for holding Jammu and Kashmir polls. Sources say the district commissioners have already sent details on demography, terrain, population, distribution, people's aspirations and problems.
We won't allow the anti-national, anti-people and anti-social designs of Gupkari leaders. Gupkaris are trying to create a propaganda mess in Kashmir Valley. A common Kashmiri knows the designs of these Gupkaris.
गुपकार का एजेंडा आगे ही बाइफरकेटेड है। आपने देखा किस तरह से सजाद लोन गुपकार के एजेंडा से बाहर हुए। आपने देखा कि किस तरह से आप अपने आप को गुपकार जब प्राइम मिनिस्टर से मिलने गए तो गुपकार का हिस्सा ना मान के इंडिविजुअल कैपेसिटी में बात कर रहे थे। तो मुझे लगता है कि गुपकार का कुछ भी एजेंडा जो होगा वो कश्मीरियों के हक में नहीं होगा, क्योंकि ये वही लोग हैं जो आज गुपकार में बैठे हैं जिन्होंने 70 साल यही राजनीति तो की।
It is a show of strength because of the fact that there is sheer desperation in the Gupkar alliance, because you people have done a lot of drama and your drama has been well understood by the people of Jammu and Kashmir, especially the Kashmiris who have been harmed the most, and nothing will happen out of it. Carry on with whatever you want.
Now, after the Home Ministry the Ministry of Home Affairs there warns for third wave of COVID-19 to peak by October. Prime Minister's office will be holding a review meeting today at 3:30 p.m. to discuss preparedness to tackle the third wave. The Ministry of Health Cabinet Secretary Niti Aayog will be part of this meeting to review past measures and also devise fresh initiatives to meet these challenges. The Ministry of Home Affairs has cautioned against imminent third wave that could peak around October. Reports calls for medical preparedness for children who might be prone to similar risks, same as the elders. In fact, the report noted the vaccination should be specially targeted towards children with comorbidities and those with disabilities. Earlier projections of the Sutra model or the mathematical projection or the trajectory of COVID-19 had stated that the third wave in the country may at least see half and daily cases recorded during the second surge, but also warned that if there is a faster spreading mutant, then the third wave will be comparable to the first one. Now, the MHA report calls for medical preparedness for children who might be prone to similar risks as the elders itself. The report noted that vaccination should be specially targeted towards children with comorbidities and those with disabilities. Sneha Murdani with more on that.
The third wave is upon us. but pediatric facilities are nowhere close. This is the warning from a panel of the Ministry of Home Affairs. A committee of experts constituted under the National Institute of Disaster Management, or the NIDM, has recommended creation of better medical facilities for children who might be at similar risk as adults.
All governments, state governments, have taken this conscious decision not to denotify the COVID care hospitals. They have increased the capacity to produce oxygen and also the availability of hospital beds for children.
The report is based on projections made by several panels that say the peak of the third wave is going to be in October. The report says pediatric facilities, including doctors, staff, equipment like ventilators, ambulances, are nowhere close to what may be required in case of a large number of children getting infected. If a child is positive, then there should be a place where hospitals can accommodate the parents as well. There is a cause for worry according to public health experts, since children below 18 years remain unvaccinated in India. The panel recommended that vaccination among children should be top priority while dealing with the anticipated third COVID wave. Vaccination of younger children and children with comorbidities should be an immediate future priority. Teachers and school staff must be vaccinated as essential workers throughout the country.
We should not panic but prepare well. There is no biological reason that children will be affected more in the third wave. There is a lot of damage, collateral damage done to the children's health by COVID-19 apart from directly affecting the children, like education, nutrition, mental health, and we should concentrate on everything.
Will the Delta Plus variant be the driver of the third wave of the pandemic? This is a question that has been asked in the report by all of these members because there is still lack of clarity right now and emerging evidence on whether or not Delta Plus is actually more transmissible and more dangerous than its parent, the Delta variant. That was the reason behind the second wave in India. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today.
Now, schools to reopen in several states, offline classes in Karnataka to resume after 18 months, children to be back in Telangana schools from 1st of September. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee says schools to reopen after Durga Puja. Here's our comprehensive report.
India's active COVID-19 cases are at the lowest in over 150 days. The steady decline in infections has prompted many states to finally call for opening of schools. With masks, thermal screening and other strict SOPs in place, children in many parts of the country have already ditched the screen for in-person classes. Several other states are keen on emulating from them. States that welcomed kids back to school this month include Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Uttarakhand, Maharashtra and Punjab. In Delhi, just class 10 and class 12 students are back in school to complete admission procedures and for practical lessons. The Disaster Management Committee will soon file a report on reopening of other classes. Uttar Pradesh, that was all set to reopen schools on August 23rd, has postponed it indefinitely. Karnataka reopened schools in districts with less than 2% COVID-19 positivity rate on Monday. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai visited a school in Bengaluru that saw an underwhelming 38% attendance. Kerala and West Bengal are among the states yet to reopen schools. In the absence of a vaccine for kids, parents are a worried lot. Zydus Cadilla's Zycovid-D, India's first vaccine for children, gives parents hope.
गवर्नमेंट से और सीएम से यही अपेक्षा रहेगी कि उन्होंने जल्द से जल्द इसको हर सेंटर पे देना चाहिए और उनका वैक्सीनेशन शुरू करना चाहिए ताकि आगे किसी भी तरीके का कोई लॉस ना हो सके।
थर्ड वेव में अगर बच्चों को वैक्सीन आ गया है थर्ड वेव के लिए तो कोरोना ना हो, इसके लिए तो हमें ऐसा लगता है कि बच्चों को ये वैक्सीन लेना ही चाहिए और सभी पेरेंट्स ने इसके ऊपर ध्यान देना चाहिए।
The roadmap for school reopening comes even as fears of infections among kids is looming large. In Karnataka, 242 children were infected in August first week when schools were opened. Himachal Pradesh saw 62 such infections. In Punjab, 27 kids were infected till mid-August. Experts, however, assure that there is no evidence so far to suggest COVID leads to serious disease among children. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, as India continues its mission evacuation to bring back Sikhs and Hindus from the war-torn Afghanistan, in the latest development, 46 Afghan Sikhs and Hindus have been airlifted from Kabul. The Sikh community is now travelling with 3 copies of the Guru Granth Sahib, the holy book, which they've bought from various Gurudwaras in Afghanistan. India Today has now learnt that the Indian Air Force is likely to bring back 100 more Afghan Sikhs and Hindus from Afghanistan. This comes after India was allowed 2 flights daily to land at the Kabul airport. We also spoke to Afghanistan MP Anarkali Honariyar. She was among those 400 Indians who were evacuated on Sunday. We talked to her about what she faced in Afghanistan, how Taliban has wreaked havoc in the area and much more. Let's take a listen there.
सब दुनिया को पता है कि अफगानिस्तान के साथ क्या हुआ और अफगानिस्तान के हालात कैसे चेंज हो गए इतनी जल्दी। हम नहीं सोचते थे, लेकिन हालात ऐसी ही जल्दी चेंज हो गए कि सब शॉक हुआ। शायद अफगानिस्तान के ज़्यादा लोग अभी डिप्रेस है और सबके पास एक खौफ है। हम मजबूर हो गए। देश हमारी माँ है और देश को छोड़कर कोई आसान बात नहीं है। मेरे रिक्वेस्ट इंडियन गवर्नमेंट को रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ कि वो हिंदू और सिख, अफ़गान हिंदू और सिख भी अफ़गानिस्तान में है, ज़्यादा नहीं है। जो अफ़गानिस्तान में कितने सालों से हमको 2 ही हादसा हुआ, वो हादसा जो गुरुद्वारा के अंदर हुआ वही टाइम भी, उसके बाद बहुत लोग हिंदू और सिख अफ़गानिस्तान को लिफ्ट किया भी दिल्ली में है और हमारी रिक्वेस्ट ये है जो हिंदू और सिख अभी अफ़गानिस्तान में है उनको भी ये चाहते हैं कि अफ़गानिस्तान को लिफ्ट करे और दिल्ली आ जाए।